Hey gang, it's Dr. Rumsey. I am just going to create a quick video here to explain how I have set up our course for the remainder of the term. Normally when I create a video, I do so on my laptop so that I have a screen capture of my face in the lower right hand corner. I am too lazy to get out my laptop right now, so I'm doing it on my desktop. You just get to hear my dulcet tones instead of seeing my awesome face as well. So what you will notice here is that I have updated our web page on Blackboard quite a bit. Andrew, you should find this pretty similar to what you have in my online class. Janice, you saw this last semester as well. So what I do for online classes is I create weekly folders. So every single folder here outlines what you have to do each week for the remainder of the term. So next week is week 11. Currently we're in week 10. It is still, it's the extended spring break. There's nothing due this week. So I've shifted some things around and then I've put them into weekly folders, which you will see right here. Okay. Something else I want to show you is that I have updated the course calendar, and that was linked up above. And what I've decided to do, since we can't have class time, is that on Mondays we're going to do a discussion board, and on Wednesdays we're going to have journal entries. Okay, so that just means that you still have the reading to do on the dates indicated. On Mondays, we're all gonna, at some point during the day, write some stuff down, come back and reply. It should take less time than class time would have, right? The same with the journal entries. So I feel like this is a pretty fair exchange of the time we would have spent in class. Okay, you'll notice also that each week from now on, there's the discussion board, there is a journal entry, and then there is something in blue each week, right? We're down to the last 8 weeks of class at this point, and so something sort of big is due each week. So next week you have a research journal checkpoint. I'll show you what to do for that here in a minute. The week after that is your rough draft of the annotated bibliography, then the final draft of the bib, the rough draft of the family history project, and then a research journal checkpoint, and then the final project. Okay, so I really do think that this is a pretty fair exchange. Actually, probably more than fair. I could have been a jerk and assigned all kinds of stuff, but I want you guys to be able to stay in touch with the class itself on Mondays and Wednesdays briefly, but then for your focus to really be on finishing these two big projects. Okay, so let's go look at the website. So you'll notice here that I kept the old syllabus because it has the syllabus pieces in it of how much things are worth and class policies and that kind of stuff. But then there's an updated calendar. That's the document I just showed you. Okay, so if we look at week 11, you're going to see here that there is the assigned reading, right? It reminds you beyond the archives, and then Hess, and I went ahead and linked Hess's article here. There are discussion questions. If we click on this, it takes you to question 1 and 2, right? My request for that is simply that you go ahead and reply your own response and then respond substantively to at least 2 people. I want you to know that I will be participating in these as well. Heck, I may be live on Mondays. You just don't even know. So I will be participating as well. The kind of stuff that we did when we did the online discussion one other time this semester is what I'm looking for. Okay, on Wednesday then there is a journal entry, and I've simply written it down because the idea is that you'll respond to this entry in your research journal. Speaking of research journal, you have another checkpoint due. Okay, so this is an assignment that you simply click on and you upload something. Okay, for those of you who have an online blog, I'm asking you to, like, if you clicked on this, you would just write a submission, see this right here, and you would include your URL for your blog. I know that they exist elsewhere, but for my sanity, just go ahead and upload it again. Okay. If you are, let's see, Rebecca and I think Stephanie are the 2 that are using paper-based. You have a couple of options. One is that if you have the means to scan things in at home, go ahead and do that, create a PDF, upload it. Easy peasy. That would be awesome at my end. If you don't have that, you could take pictures of every single page, put them in a document, and upload it. That's pretty clunky and gets to be really large, so that could be a problem. And then the other option is to simply type up all your entries. From here on out, you may want to go ahead and switch to digital. It doesn't have to be a blog necessarily because you'll be submitting them. You can just start creating a document. I know that that's kind of the one hardship for the two of you since you opted to do paper-based, and now apparently the coronavirus can live on paper for up to 24 hours. So you're keeping those at home. Thanks. Okay, so that's that week. What you'll see here also, okay, so if I go back to the home page, I have put the weekly folders each week. You see this? I've also added them over here so it's quick and easy. It's just, again, trying to make it user-friendly. You'll notice in week 12, you have the assigned reading, discussion questions, journal entry, and then you have peer review groups. Okay, if you click on this, it will take you to the groups page or to this page, and you will be in one of these two groups. I'm not sure which one you'll be in. It'll show up because it's only one. If we go back to week 12, there's also peer workshop instructions. They're pretty basic. It's about that I've used in lots of different classes, how to use insert comment, which if you don't know how to do that at this point, then I don't know, I weep for you. And then also just how to create a blog post, since that's what this uses in Blackboard, is to create a blog post. And so don't use the comment button, because the comment button doesn't do you any favors. It only allows you to write a few comments. You can't upload the draft that you have commented all over, as the instructions imply. If you run into any issues with that, let me know. So that's basically it for now. I will probably make other videos here along the way of just things I think about, and so that you can see my smiling face. If you guys need to vent, obviously you have my email. I gave you my phone number in an email last week at one point. I strongly encourage you to start working on the annotated bibliography this week. We're kind of missing a week of class for the extra spring break and for getting things shifted over. And to keep going on your family history project. One other thing, Rebecca pointed out to me that now that the Allen County Public Libraries have all closed, you guys don't have access to Ancestry using their services, at least for free. So you have a couple of options. One is that you could get a temporary or I think they offer a 15-day trial of Ancestry.com. You can look for that. Also keep in mind that Ancestry is not the only one you can use. Family Search is one that you can use that's really helpful. And then it might be helpful to go ahead and look at ACPL's genealogy website, because they've got links to several other resources and that kind of thing that I'm not thinking of right now. The last thing is, a lot of you had moved beyond Ancestry at this point and had moved into interviews. And so given everyone's having to be home right now, hopefully interviews are a little bit easier to schedule, and you just keep moving forward, do the best that you can. If you run into snags, obviously we can chat about it via Skype or phone or email. So I hope you guys are all well and trying to stay as sane as possible. Please keep in mind that I'm going to be understanding. I know that this stuff is batshit crazy, and we are in it together. We're going to figure it out, and we're going to just have a class from home. I would encourage you also to go ahead and create like a daily schedule. My husband and I are both teaching from home right now, and so we've sort of done that where like I get up and I actually put real clothes on and I actually eat breakfast and then I sit down to work. I would encourage you, if you can do that, to do so. It's really easy to sort of slip into pajama mode and binge on Netflix and eat bad food and do nothing else. But you guys have to finish strong. Several of you are about to graduate. You can do this, okay? As always, let me know if I can help with anything. Take care.